I'm Bike Florida Ride Director Becky Afonso. The Van Fleet State Trail is a little quiet today, but that's going to change in March when Bike Florida's 2013 spring tour, the Orange Blossom Express, comes rolling through. Our Orange Blossom Express is Central Florida bound, starting and ending in Lakeland, a newly designated bicycle-friendly community. We have new routes and new overnight cities mixed with what I call old school Florida tourism. From sun and fun to sunset at the Singing Tower. I look forward to welcoming you aboard Bike Florida's Orange Blossom Express. Woo-hoo!
You will be checking in at Sun and Fun Aviation Complex in Lakeland. You can get there by bike, plane, or automobile. Your 2 days here can begin with exploring the Florida Air Museum that connects Florida's air history with visitors daily. Dozens of planes and historic displays take you from Florida's early aviation days to the present. It's hands-on and enjoyable. There will be ride options on both days with varied mileage, diverse scenery, and lots of history. Choose the ride that most fits your needs and abilities. Lakeland, appropriately named for its almost 50 lakes, is a water-based inland community. Residents geo-orient and relate by lake talk. I live by or on Lake Morton, Lake Hollingsworth, or whichever. Lakeland has been known for its swans since 1923, but in 1953, alligators and pets led to the demise of the last swan. Queen Elizabeth was quickly contacted and a mating pair was shipped here. That led to a royal variety whose genetics still survive today. Lakeland is the city of swans, and Lake Morton, the Swan Lake, is where residents and visitors observe and feed the beautiful royal birds. Citrus, cattle, and the Boneyard phosphate mines are the chief economics of the region. The rolling hills of citrus line many of your routes. Frank Lloyd Wright's magic wand touched this city early at Florida Southern College. The college campus is a collective of his vision and dreams. His Child of the Sun collection features 12 buildings from the 40s and 50s that define the heart of the college. A truly special place frozen in a creative time many of you, the riders of Bike Florida, were born in. While playing with the swans at Lake Morton, you can visit Mr. Fish, just up the street from the oak-covered library. Mr. Fish is a walk-up restaurant serving generations of visitors offering what? Great fish! Don't forget to ride around Lake Hollingsworth. Both paved shoulders and a paved path offer a 360-degree view as you circumnavigate the lake that's lined with historic homes, lakeside views, and distinctly livable neighborhoods. While in Lakeland, you're never but a few miles from country riding, cattle ranches, and orange groves. The lake views are easy to find and worth the adventure.
Just like bumping the road as you try to re-enter, bumping the back tire of the rider in front of you will send you pavement-bound. Once your front tire hits another rider's rear tire, your bike will change direction, but your body will not. The unfortunate result is a face in the pavement, or perhaps two or more if it's a tandem you're messing with. This is a really bad type of crash because other riders are likely to crash into or over you. It's your job to stay alert and not hit the tire in front of you. Give yourself a full bike length between your front tire and the rider in front of you. Keep in mind that many riders are unstable in groups. The wise rider maintains a safe distance.
On your left. On your left.
Let other riders know your intentions to pass or change lanes by speaking loudly and clearly and saying, on your left, on your right, or slowing and stopping.
Slowing. Slowing. Stopping. Stopping.
Just as important is the need to search before you change lane position. Do so, and you will not crash into others. Keep in mind that some cyclists will be going slowly and some will be going fast. By searching and verbalizing, everybody knows what is going on around them. By verbalizing, we mean actually saying on your left, on your right, slowing and stopping. Doing so alerts riders to your presence and your intentions. I can't emphasize enough that some riders get lulled into a sense of false security as they talk or daydream over the course of the ride. Calling on your left, slowing, car back, stopping, and so forth helps us to bring daydreaming riders back to the reality of their place on the road, sharing it with hundreds of other riders and motor vehicles as well. Use your voice, hands, head, eyes, and good judgment. Follow the directions on the roadway and Bike Florida signs. Listen to others, and if you think you need assistance, ask for it. Cell phones are helpful to carry for emergencies, but not a good idea to use while riding. If you have to answer your cell phone, safely pull off to the right and then answer the phone.
Contaminated ice, water, and food can lead to serious and rapid bacteria infections and gastrointestinal issues that make riding impossible. To address this concern, we require ice to be handled by trained staff only. We ask participants to take the gloves off at food service tables and please clean your hands before touching anything. This is a real concern, and many events have been severely affected by contamination and the severe diarrhea and vomiting that followed that contamination. At all rest stops and meals, there will be hand sanitizer available for your use. Imagine the event as a big outdoor restaurant and you are an employee. Please wash and sanitize your hands. Take responsibility for your health and help the tour stay healthy. Exploration awaits you as you roll your way towards a 2-overnight stay in Claremont. Small town charm featuring a human-scaled downtown historic district offer the city dweller plenty to see and do. You are in the high hills area of Florida now, with lots of layover day ride options to choose from. The Van Fleet State Trail will connect you from Lakeland to Claremont, inviting you to spend an entire day exploring quiet country. Traveling 29 miles through the green swamp, you may see panthers, boar, deer, and many species of birds. Best of all, the trip from Claremont to Lake Wales offers you the same trail but from a 180-degree perspective. The Van Fleet experience is different from each direction, they say. But who are they? For Claremont layover day ride options, the 22-mile West Orange Trail offers you quaint small-town charm with a varied elevation not often seen in Florida. Winter Garden's entire downtown area hosts the trail as the place to be. Apopka is the northern terminus and a great place to eat and relax before the return trip. The South Lake Trail offers lakeside riding before moving off towards the country. There's plenty to choose from and plenty to do. Claremont is known for its waterfront park and year-round triathlons. Claremont is a place for active people who enjoy the outdoors. Tavares is the seaplane capital of Florida, but also hosts the Orange Blossom Cannonball. Its steam power takes you on trips back to old Florida. Book a train adventure as part of your visit. The Sugarloaf Mountain Challenge will be offered on the 30, 62, and 100-mile routes. Historic Thrill Hill is on the Century Ride.
Helmets save heads and speed recovery time. They really work and are mandatory for Bike Florida riders. 85% of serious head injuries are preventable if you wear a helmet. If you want proof, visit a recovering victim of a serious head injury. Recovering from head injuries is long and difficult. So whenever you are on a bicycle, even in the parking lot, on a trail, or around town, keep your helmet on and securely fastened. Downhills are fast and full of excitement, but keep in mind that even if you enjoy flying downhill, some riders don't. Be aware of unpredictable riders swerving right, turning without searching, and stopping in the road. It is up to you to predict the hazards you may encounter as you travel at 30, 40, or 50 miles per hour downhill on your 25-pound bike. Also, keep in mind that the tandem you flew past uphill will be flying past you on the downhill sometime soon. So remember to search whenever you change lane positions. Some riders may walk up a hill, some will crawl, and some will fly. Here, conflicts abound. Some riders may even give up and unexpectedly jump off their bikes. Others will stop still from exhaustion. Most crashes occur at slow speeds, and this is a prime opportunity for wheels to be bumped. So stay alert for other riders when climbing. It's best to drop to a lower gear and follow a straight line. If you have to stop, get off the roadway. I repeat, if you have to stop, get off the roadway. Lights help you to be seen and see dangers. In Florida, if you ride at night, the law requires you to have a front light, red rear light, and a red reflector. Fail to comply, and you could become the liable part in a crash. Mirrors help you see what is behind you. However, turning your head and using your eyes is best. Mirrors on your bars or helmet provide different functions, such as checking for distance traffic or to see others riding close to you. It takes time to adjust to using either. Both are good to have, but don't replace physical scanning. Locks are important to keep your bike secure, especially when left unattended in camp. No bikes are allowed in indoor camping areas.
Heading to Lake Wales, there will be a sidetrack of a sort onto the Van Fleet Trail and into the Green Swamp, where you can relax and enjoy the pure and natural atmosphere of this converted 1920s rail line. Exiting the Van Fleet State Trail at Polk City, Fantasy of Flight promises a whole new altitude and inspirational fun. Billed as an attraction on a higher plane, Fantasy of Flight offers 40 rare and vintage aircraft, guided tours, an interactive fun with flight area, wing walk air ropes, and zip line course. Your next stop is Haines City. Originally founded as Clay Hut in 1885, its small-town 1920s historic downtown is charming and people-friendly, hosting numerous events during the year. Enjoy its old-time setting and the many options for food, drink, and shopping. Next, set your sights for this seemingly medieval castle towering over the rolling hills and orange groves. Bach Tower and its gardens are a fine mix of wonderland beauty and history. Created in 1929 by Edward W. Bach, the 205-foot singing coquina tower with carved art and ironworks is a marvel of engineering and fine stonework. Frederick Law Olmsted, the designer of Central Park in New York, designed the gardens. Walk the trails and explore the museum at this unforgettable National Historic Landmark. The journey into Lake Wales is the beginning of the crown jewel of the ridge. These ancient historic sandhills date back to the time of dinosaurs. Your heartbeat will climb as you ascend and descend the old hills of sand, now highways of asphalt. Lake Wales is your next adventure with 2 overnights and 2 great days of exploration. While downtown, take in a mural tour. You'll experience history through the hands of the painter who portrays Lake Wales as bigger than life size in many building-sized paintings. Spook Hill is a great place to visit, seated in Indian legend where vehicles roll uphill. Spook Hill Elementary School is at the bottom. Warning, It is a very difficult climb to the top, and the road is just one way, and that way is up. Lake Kissimmee State Park, home to the Kissimmee Prairie and Cracker Cowboys, is a must-visit. On your last night in Lake Wales, Bach Tower will be catering a special evening event, Florida desserts for all of Bike Florida's riders.
Tucking in behind a long line of riders can reduce your level of effort significantly. There's a lot less wind resistance, lots of speed, and plenty of action, but it comes with great risk. One bumped wheel, and you and many others may go down. One inexperienced rider can cause a mega pileup like a set of falling dominoes, with lots of injuries and broken cycles. Pace lines are strongly discouraged on Bike Florida. The variety and type of bicyclists and levels of skill make them highly vulnerable and subject to bad crashes. You will never crash quicker or harder than when incorrectly negotiating railroad tracks or slick, wet pavement. Cross slowly and at right angles when riding over railroad tracks. You can save your bottom from wear and tear by getting off the seat and using your legs as springs. Try to anticipate and move into a position to cross at right angles to the tracks, but remember to scan as you do. Oil is usually found at the center of the travel lane, so avoid it. If it begins to rain, the first few minutes are the most dangerous. That's when the oil tends to migrate toward the shoulder. Wet leaves and sand can be slippery as well, so take caution. Painted road stripes can be just like ice. Avoid them, especially when wet or oily. If you have to cross a road stripe, keep your bike upright. Rumble strips can be a bicyclist's worst nightmare. They are made to alert motorists from running off the road and into bicyclists. After scanning, move to the left of them. Grates are like railroad tracks. Gravel is like little ball bearings under your tires. Try to look ahead and foresee a manhole, drain grate, or gravel in the road. Avoid potholes and bumps if you can, but always search when you change position on the road and signal others. Point with your hand and verbalize. If you have no time for a search, ride straight and steady with your handlebars, or make a quick snap to avoid a rock. Bicycles are legal vehicles in all 50 states. We want to be expected and noticed by drivers. We don't want to be liable for causing crashes. It's far less risky and safer if you ride on the right side of the road with traffic all of the time. When you do, you'll look like a responsible adult cyclist who knows the rules of the road. Ride on the right. It's the law, and it works.
On your left.
Likewise, when passing, stay to the left of other cyclists. In other words, ride right, pass left.
Say goodbye to your last overnight and head to Bartow, known as the Toe and formerly Fort Blunt. Before entering Toe, a rest stop at Homeland Heritage Park awaits you as it sits 150 years back in time. Historic settler houses, churches, a farmhouse, and an 1800s school are assembled into an old-time village. Big oaks and shade hold the town together, while relaxation and slower times settle in on visitors. Florida is many things to many people, but to the touring cyclist, it's a lasting memory of people and places, history, and fireside talks. It's a place that's biologically diverse, full of greenery and wonder. It's wonder that never leaves and always begs for more.
We'd like to thank all of you for coming on Bike Florida and to the many cities, counties, and volunteers that work together to make Bike Florida possible. We look forward to having you aboard our ride in 2013.